What up, guys? This is Avid Paulie. Do you like meat? And when I mean meat, I'm talking about beef. And not only just, not any beef. I mean steak, a T-bone steak. We're talking about, you are in luck because I am going to show you how to make the perfect steak. Seriously, no lie. Just come on, come on.
You're checking out Avid Paulie.
Okay guys, so before I actually make the steak, because I'm not just gonna make the steak by itself, I'm actually gonna make a meal. So what goes good with steak? Potatoes, right? Steak and potatoes. So that's what I have. I have a potato. Now mind you, it's just me right now, so I'm making this for one. So I'm just gonna cook just one potato. So we're going to have baked potato. I think I'm gonna have some carrots. Not just any carrots, probably like the baby cut carrots. So carrots for my vegetable, potato, whatever way you want to call it, for my starch, and we're gonna have the meat for the protein. So the first thing we're going to do, because we're gonna make baked potatoes, actually, you know what I'm gonna make? I'm gonna make baked potatoes with brown sugar and butter on it. Oh my gosh, that'll be good. So first thing we're going to do, because I'm going to actually just bake this, first we're going to do is to wash it off. So we just rinse it off, and I'm going to use my Scrub Daddy. Basically, and you know, I don't know if any of you know this, I like using the word basically. So we just scrub that off, because you know when these come from the farm, I mean they rinse them off, but it still will have dirt from it since it's come from the ground. So basically, I'm gonna see how many times I say the word basically in this video. All right, so clean this off. Now let's get it prepared to go into the oven. Okay, so I got my aluminum foil, and we're just basically going to place the potato right here, and we're going to pierce the potato, just basically so it can definitely cook all the way through. So, you know, poke that a few times, just basically on top, and that's that. And then just cover it up in the aluminum foil. Place it in the pan. Gonna preheat the oven for 400 degrees. Okay, now since it's preheated up to 400 degrees, we just drop the that bad boy in there, and we cook it for about an hour. Okay guys, I just finished washing off the steak, and as you see, that is a beautiful specimen. This right here is a T-bone steak. You have basically two parts to it. They say they have the, well, not they say, but it has actually like two parts to a T-bone steak. You have the sirloin side and you have the tenderloin side. Basically, one side is more tender than the other, and the other side is a little bit more, has, you know, like more marbling in it. This is which to me is like one of the most tasty parts of it. So the first order of business is what we have to do is dry the steak. The steak has to be completely dry before we start seasoning it. You just pat it down. So on one side. First thing that we're going to do before we actually season it, we're actually going to oil it up, and I'm going to use extra virgin olive oil. So what I do with this, put a little olive oil on there, and we massage it in like so. In there good. On the other side, a little bit more olive oil. Next thing that we're using is some coarse kosher salt. So basically you just take a pinch, you just, go over it like so. Do that on both sides, a little pinch. Then I'm going to put, I actually got this is by Weber, Chicago steak seasoning. Ooh, baby. Let's put some of that on there. Oh yeah, look at that. Definitely getting that seasoning in there. And basically that's it. So now what I'm going to do is let that sit. All right, now I'm just going to prepare my carrots. Now I don't eat too many carrots or whatever. This is just for a one-person meal, so I just got a few in there, less than a dozen. So basically just rinse these off, basically. Like I said, I like using the word basically. It segues into my sentences. Okay, so we got that. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to boil some water. Okay, now since we got that to a boil, just drop the carrots in there, and we're going to add a little bit of kosher sea salt to it, and a little bit of butter. Stir that joint in there, and basically let it come to a boil and let it cook until the carrots are soft. Okay, now after about 15 minutes in the refrigerator, we take the steak out and we're ready to cook that bad boy. Okay, so now we just take a frying pan and we have it at a high temperature. Put a little bit of oil in there. We don't have to put that much because we actually already oiled up the steak. So just a little bit of oil. And you know what? I'm gonna give it a little bit more. And let that heat up a little bit before we put in the steak. Yeah. As you see. All right, we're ready to put in the steak. Okay, so now we basically let that cook on each side for about 2 minutes. Turn it a little bit. Ooh, look at that. Already looking good. Let's put a little bit more kosher salt on it. And a dollop of butter. Now the butter, it's going to give it a little bit more, it's going to bring out and activate some of the flavor in the steak. I'm kind of like basting it with butter. Oh yeah, baby. That is definitely bringing out, ooh, the flavor in it. I smell that sucker. Oh my gosh. I'd eat it just like this. All right, so now we cooked it on that side for 2 minutes, and we take it off and let this sit for about 5 minutes. All right, the baked potatoes should be about ready right now. Let's take this sucker out. Next order of business is to set the oven for about 450 degrees. Okay, now we take the steak, we put it on a cooking pan, and we place it in the oven and cook it for an additional 5 minutes. Basically 5 minutes, it's done, it's ready to go, it's gonna be juicy, it's gonna be good, it's gonna be scrumptious. All right, so let's place this bad boy in the oven. Okay, y'all, here it is. We have the steak. Ooh, yes, definitely. Definitely looks good. Oh, yeah. Let's look at this. Okay. Let's see how this sucker looks. Oh, you can just see the juices in that. Look at that. Come on now. Perfectly nice and pink inside. Look at that. Look at this. Okay, let's see what's up with our hot potato. Now this sucker is hot. Hot. We're gonna cut it down the middle. Just basically just slice it down the middle. And you see that it is cooked. I'm gonna take some butter, lather it up on both sides. Then we're gonna put some light brown sugar on top of it. Let the brown sugar just seep into the butter. In case you wanna see what I'm using, Domino light brown sugar. All right, y'all, look at this. Now this is a meal. So much meat is hanging off the plate. So we got the baby cut carrots. We have the buttery brown sugar baked potato. And we got the caramelized, beautifully, perfectly cooked T-bone steak. And this is a 100% USDA choice Angus beef steak. And you know, I can eat this just like this. I know it's nice and juicy, but I ain't gonna front. I don't eat no steak without my A1. Glistening. Look at that.